My friends are degenerates, but I never change them. Liars.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to week number 7, episode number 7 of the Betting House podcast, powered by the Garage Door Sports Network, your ultimate degenerate podcast for all your betting needs. We are back again. A very positive week last week, I will say this. Before we introduce the boys, I'll just say everybody was 500 or above this week. So I'm not going to say names, but the last names ending in Vardy may have had the best weeks this week. Just saying. With saying that, let's introduce the boys again. Justin, what's going on?
I'm good. Not too much. I do have to give an honorary shout out. Colts defense, heroes. Took the under. Was 6 points away at halftime. Goose egg. Got a safety. That was it. Fumble in the red zone. Deshaun Watson at the end of the game. Heroes, Colts defense. Group chat. I was lighting them up at halftime. But
to be honest, you might be shouting out the Texans defense too for not giving up any points against the Colts too, because that was screwed too.
The fact that I went in at halftime at 46 points on a 51.5 under.
No, 44. I think there was a safety. There was a safety in the second half.
44.
Yeah,
44.
Sorry,
Yeah.
the safety.
Yeah.
The fact that that's all the points there was, I was sitting there.
Oh,
great.
we were
my birthday,
flaming
too.
you. We were
Oh,
flaming
yeah,
you.
you're getting ripped. Yeah.
That was my birthday gift from the Colts there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you take it at that point, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
DJ, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Nah, it's good. Feels good coming off a 4-2 week. Bad Buzz hopped onto that Devontae Parker receptions at the end. Looked way too good to be true at 4.5. It was. It was not. Anyways, 4-2. We take
it was
those.
too good.
It was too good. It was way
Speaking
too
of
good.
the Devontae Parker thing, I had a buddy text me and say, Devontae Parker receptions with Tua, not a good idea. And I just said, well, we'll see what happens. And it lost.
Exactly.
For making
Yeah.
me look like an idiot.
Exactly.
Well, on that bright and happy note, Matt, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. I am absolutely done taking unders. Stats lie. Fuck unders.
The stats don't lie. Well, they do actually, but
Yeah, they do.
and last but not least, Jake, what is going on?
Yeah, not too much. I know you've heard my voice a couple times now. I just want to say Take It to the Bank was a success in our first week. 4-1. I gave out Detroit +3. They won outright, like I said. Told you to take on the money line. Guess what? They won. So, hey, easy money.
That was a
Easy money.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Take It to the Bank was a great success.
Yeah, Kyle, how'd you do?
Yeah.
Not success.
Yeah,
I didn't say who lost their Take It to the
Thank
Bank.
God that's not our only segment.
It's true. It's
There's a
true.
reason we make him the host, eh?
Yeah, I'm not the sharp on the show. We can say,
Aren't
say
you like
that for
1
a
and
fact.
5 if we're including your locks, Kyle, from previous records?
Yeah. Kyle threw out the old era. That's old stuff.
No, I've got it here. Yeah, 1 and 5.
You could add that to my loves too, and it's still 1 and 5. So
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
okay, moving on. Yeah, okay. So as you just heard, we were 4-1 with our new segment, Take It to the Bank. But before that, we are going to go into our show picks. We have 2 show picks again this week. Much debate about trying to put a second one, but the one we can all agree on is Kansas City on the road against the Dolphins in Miami, I believe, if I'm confirmed. Yes.
Yep.
In Miami. Kansas
Not in
City.
Buffalo.
Nope, it's not in Buffalo. It's not in Buffalo. Kansas City -7 points. We like them to cover those 7 points. And Matt, why don't you start us off with this one?
Why do I like Kansas City against Miami? Miami has looked pretty rough the past 3-4 weeks. They've costed a bunch of us money, I'm sure. We started riding with them, started talking about Van Ginkel Defensive Player of the Year, all this nonsense. I haven't seen too much of that anymore recently. Tua, hasn't looked amazing either. Now the Chiefs, on the other hand, last week against the Broncos, I'm sure they screwed a lot of people over on money, taking -13.5. But it's really hard to bet against the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is too good. Tyreek Hill's too good. So I think just overall they have a way better offense, and I can't see Tua marching on the field to compete with Mahomes.
I agree, 100%. TJ, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, to go on to what Matt was saying, we were all on that. I think we all were on that Dolphins hype train. They were doing well. They looked like they were doing well, and then they just sort of fell back to the Miami Dolphins. We kind of grew to know, right? Tua, he's had flashes of good play, but overall, he hasn't been that great. Like you're saying, Jake, Tua's throwing to Devontae. It's not probably not the best play to take Devontae's receptions, but yeah, like KC's offense is amazing. Everyone knows that they have the best offense in the league besides Kansas City has the best offense in the league.
Pardon me?
No, I'm kidding. But no, KC's honestly they're just the better team here, especially the way the Dolphins have been trending recently. I see Kansas City kind of blowing out the Dolphins in this game. So -7, I like that.
Justin, final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think they'll go shot for shot in the first half. I think the Dolphins will keep up with them, but Tua is not there yet to keep up with Mahomes. Mahomes will go in the second half and be like, "What you going to do, kid? I'm going to do it a little bit better." Right? Chiefs are 16-1 straight up in their last 17 in conference games, and this just seems like one where they're going to go down, they're going to go up early, keep the lead, take care of business, move on. The Chiefs are kind of rounding into form. It's pretty much them or Pittsburgh at this point to be top in the conference and then get that bye because there's only the one bye this year, right? With all the new rules. So they're going to be pushing, right? They're not going to let up. They're in, business mode. 7.5 is a good number. Probably win by 10 plus.
It's definitely going to play a factor for sure, going for that ultimate bye that the two teams are really vying for. Everybody else is kind of out of contention for that one. I do agree. I don't think that Miami's offense can keep pace with Kansas City, and that Miami defense that we were hyping up, in weeks prior. I think Jake said it best. I think, Vegas knew about the Miami Dolphins and knew they weren't as good as people thought they were. And I think we kind of hopped on the train for a week or so, and now the train's definitely derailed. So we do like Kansas City -7 on that one. The second game that we were debating back and forth, we had flip-flops between multiple teams, overs, unders, whatever it may have been. We ultimately decided on Green Bay Packers -7.5 at the Detroit Lions, not Buffalo, the Detroit Lions in Ford Field, 7.5 points. Justin, start us off with this one.
Aaron Rodgers is fucking unreal. We're going to start with that. 36 touchdowns, leads the league. Almost 3,400 passing yards, averaging 31 points a game. That offense is clicking, and everyone said, get a receiver, needs another receiver. All he needs is Devontae Adams. Those guys are unreal. They got a telepathic connection there, right? And it's just unreal watching them play together. He haven't really been using the running game. Aaron Jones was good last week, but, Aaron Rodgers loves feasting on guys in his own division. And this just seems like a week where Lions off a huge win, right? Huge comeback win. They're going to come in high energy, and Aaron Rodgers is just going to say nope and just step on them. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. He's just going to go up early and just going to run away with it.
I can 100% see that. TJ, added thoughts to this one?
Yeah, no, more of the same of that. Lions offense is pretty decent, but the Packers offense is better. Both defenses are terrible, not good at all. But I just don't think the Lions will be able to put up as many points as the Packers. Like Justin was saying, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are unreal. Once they get into that red zone, which isn't too hard when you can just throw a bomb to Devontae, get in that red zone. And then you have Tonyan, who's a threat. You have Jones, who's a threat. You have Adams, who's a threat. Like it's just too hard to compete with. I think in their last 3 games, they are averaging like 34 points a game, 31 on the year. Like they're an offensive threat. Lions are good on offense, terrible on defense. They're just not going to be able to keep up. Unfortunately for them, I mean, they had a good win last week. Jake benefited from that, but they're not with the Packers.
Matt, any final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I agree with everyone here. I think just how good Green Bay's looked the past 3 weeks with their offense, I can't see the Lions being able to match that at all. And even then, like, both defenses are bad, but I would definitely have to say the Lions' defense is worse than Green Bay's defense. Green Bay at least has a very solid corner in Jerry Alexander.
Yeah.
And if Galladay does come back, I'm pretty sure Jerry can deal with that. What corner does the Lions have? Like, they have that new kid, Jeff Okuda. I don't think he's
You're sure he's
moving
out?
too much. He's out too?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think he's out, yeah.
sure he's
even
out.
better. I don't think
Right?
they have anyone to deal with Devontae Adams, so I'm perfectly okay with this pick.
Just so you know, everybody who's shitting on the Green Bay Packers defense, they are top 15 in every defensive category.
They have definitely been steadily getting better. They were
Yeah, so-
Yeah,
early.
at the start they
Yeah.
were atrocious.
The
I,
Smith-
I understand that, but it's all about how you are currently, not how about you.
But we also
enough.
talked about how stats lie, and I'm not to say that the Packers are the worst defense in the league, but they're definitely not good.
The two
They're-
Smith brothers are very underrated for that team. Zadarius Smith is very underrated.
Yeah, no, they definitely have some good weapons, and that's what makes them better than awful. But yeah, they give up a lot of points, you know.
Yeah, they currently are 31st in the league on giving up points. And guess who's number one on putting up points? Green Bay.
Green Bay, yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Packers,
Green Bay Packers are currently averaging 31.5 points. So
decent.
to me, it adds up to Green Bay will cover 7.5 points. That's what I think we all can agree on. So those are our two show picks. We do like Kansas City on the road, -7 points against the Dolphins, and the Green Bay Packers on the road. We're taking road favorites, I guess, is what we are.
Yeah.
Green Bay at Detroit Ford Field. Well, we're bringing back the segment. We're bringing back Take It to the Bank. 4-1 week last week, 80% win rate. It went well. One of us got screwed. We're not going to say who, but we got screwed. With saying that, let's get into it. Justin, what is your Take It to the Bank pick?
All right, I struggled with picking a game this week. Not going to say I didn't like the board, just couldn't make a decision. Lots of interesting games out there, but I'm going to talk to you from the heart. My boys shit the bed on Monday night. Winless season over. Might be a good thing, though. Receivers couldn't catch the ball, right? Just couldn't put it together in the second half. Now we don't have to deal with this perfect season. That's done. Probably was never going to happen. Wasn't going to happen anyway, right? Receivers need a reset. I think the Steelers need a reset. I think going on the road is a good thing. I'm taking Pittsburgh +2 in Buffalo on Sunday night. It's gonna be a good game. It might be candidate for game of the year. You got two good teams, two good offenses. Josh Allen's been unreal lately. You got Pittsburgh's defense is top 5, top rushing defense. I think ultimately this comes down to, can the Steelers stop the run early and contain Josh Allen? Because I don't think Josh Allen is going to get seen the pressure that he's going to get from TJ Watt this year. Even without Bud Dupree, Watt's still been getting pressure the last 2 games. So I think that's what it come down to. If Allen starts feasting early, then we're in trouble. But I like this as a really good bounce back spot for Pittsburgh after 2 shitty games against Baltimore, which they won, and last week against Washington, which they blew. Could be totally wrong. This is my gut as a Steelers fan picking this game.
The biggest thing for that is making sure they don't have that movie theater butter on their fingertips before they go.
As I said pre-show, anyone
Shouldn't have that popcorn.
popcorn.
Anyone drops a ball today, Mike Tomlin's spearing them in midfield. They're done.
Brucey.
Johnson especially, better watch out.
The Pittsburgh Bruceys.
Yeah, the equivalent of Brucey on the Pittsburgh Steelers is Ducky Hodges. So next, Jake, what is your Take It to the Bank pick?
Yeah, so my Take It to the Bank this week is all based on coaches again, guys. Surprise, surprise. I don't know if you guys saw last week's game, the Patriots and the Chargers. Final score 45 for the Patriots, 0 for the Chargers. The week before, Anthony Lynn comes out. Probably the worst clock management we've ever seen in a football game against the Bills.
Absolutely.
This week, my Take It to the Bank is the Atlanta Falcons -2.5 against the LA Chargers. I think Atlanta's been playing solid football. I think their game last week against the Saints, which was a divisional game, guys, if you're wondering.
Okay.
They played a strong game. They had a chance to win late. Obviously, they didn't. Saints have been rolling, not a big deal. I think the Falcons come out. I think they just pick apart that Chargers defense. I don't know if the Chargers really have an answer. They might put up more points than they did against the Patriots because 1 is more than 0 the last time I checked. But with that being said, I like Atlanta here, and I think this is the Anthony Lynn, your time is up game. I thought it was going to be last week after getting blown out, but I think he loses this one and he's out the door the following day. So I've got the Atlanta Falcons -2.5 against the LA Chargers.
Here, let me just check that. 1 + 0 is more than 0. Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you.
Do you think this one's gonna be a shootout? I based on how everything looks, it looks like it's gonna be who can score more game.
Find out in my quick hits later.
I could see it being a shootout. I mean, I'm not banking on that. I'm just hoping Anthony Lynn gets out coached, which isn't hard these days. Based on the last two games.
Don't you?
Yeah, no, I think I had him
He's
out the.
terrible.
I tweeted he was out the door last week, and he's not out the door yet. So I don't know what the Chargers are doing. I mean, I think he's just going to show us this week that he's done.
I was gonna
They
say
just have to put someone out there, you know.
if you watch the end of that Buffalo game, I think you can all agree with Jake on where he's going with that one. That's the number 4 ranked offense against the number 7th ranked offense in passing. So it'll be an interesting game for sure. TJ, what is your take it to the bank pick?
All right, this week I'm going to be rivaling someone on my take it to the bank, and that is I am taking the New York Giants at home against Arizona +2. All right, Giants have been on a roll as of late, and Arizona has not. Kyler struggled big time. Arizona's struggled, and the Giants have looked amazing. Danny Dimes hopefully should be back this week. If not, McCoy did fine last week, to be honest. So I could still see them covering the +2 if Danny Dimes doesn't go, but he should be back. Even better. Wayne Gallman has looked amazing. 6 TDs in his last 6 games. Their offense looks good. They have a lot of surprising weapons. They kind of surprised me out there. Like, I didn't think they were going to be anything this year. And just recently, I actually took them to win the division because they have looked so good. In their last 3 games, the Giants have given up 15 points per game. All right, that is a solid defense. Very solid. And Arizona's offense have been struggling as of late, so that's just a bad matchup for them right there. And their D is not playing much better either. Arizona gave up 38 points last week. They're giving up 30-something in their last 3. This is just a really good game for the Giants to go in and show that they can make the playoffs here. And hopefully they do for my bets. I also look for this to be a very close game, low scoring, I presume. But yeah, I like the Giants +2 against Arizona here.
All right. The best of the NFC least is what you are betting on right there. So
Yes, sir.
we'll see how that one goes. And Mac, what is your
Mac. Who's Mac?
Sorry, I said
Daddy.
Matt.
Oh,
I said
God.
Matt, but
Daddy.
I had some
Mac and
phlegm.
Buffalo. Here we
I
go.
had some
Big
phlegm.
Mac. Let's
Some
go.
phlegm in the back of the throat there.
Clear that out. Clear that out.
Matt, what is your pick?
Okay, before I go into this, imagine an Anthony Lynn versus Adam Gase coach game.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be something to witness.
Sounds like Arena Football League.
Loser
Yeah.
gets fired? Loser gets fired?
Well, they're both getting fired.
Oh, okay.
There's no
Yeah.
way they're both staying.
Well,
Okay,
there's
anyways.
there's no winner in that game, so yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
0-0.
Probably. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be rivaling TJ this week.
Yep.
So last week I used my stats and I went a hot 0-2 on unders.
Stack guy Matt.
So,
Stack guy Matt.
Stack Guy Matt is back.
That guy Matt was
All right.
awesome last week.
Stack Guy Matt was hot last week. And if the stats fail me again, I'm honestly just going to start using my logic for my picks because I don't know what else to do. Stats have to be right. Like, I'm taking a course at school for stats. They have to mean some kind of value here.
Okay.
So Arizona is 7
that how you
3.
support your
You're just trying to
reason for
justify
taking
that
that course?
Just
Yeah,
justify.
listen,
I'm-
listen.
My
I'm
bet
getting-
loses.
yeah.
My life's over.
I'm getting a degree in it. If it doesn't mean anything, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I'm dropping out.
Yeah, so I'm taking
Matt
this
loses
betting
week.
stats class in college. Okay, Matt.
Oh.
Go ahead, Mac. Go
All
ahead,
right,
Mac.
Yeah, I'll go.
Mac
Let's go.
Daddy.
Yeah,
All
Matt.
right, Arizona is 7-3 against the spread against losing teams. In the last 29 home games for the Giants, they are 8-20 against the spread. That is 8-20-1. Sorry, they are atrocious against the spread at home. I know recently they have looked better, and in the past years they haven't looked amazing. But Arizona is still a very good team. They're just not playing up to their caliber where they were earlier in the year. With Colt McCoy at quarterback, because we're not sure if Danny Dimes is in yet, I don't know if I can trust the Giants offense if Arizona can figure it out. There's a lot of ifs and buts here. If Arizona's offense can get clicking like they were 3-4 weeks ago, I think Arizona's going to run them over. But it all depends on if Kyler can figure his shit out for people's fantasy playoffs, especially like TJ down there. He needs him to figure it out. So my take it to the bank is Arizona -3.
Have you been watching the Arizona games?
No, because I saw betting them, but I'm back on them.
You should probably have been watching the Arizona
Well,
game.
here's the thing.
They're bad.
So
They're bad.
realistically, they're 1-4 in their last 5.
Oh, I feel so much better about my
They're
pick.
0-5 in the last 5, in my opinion.
And their only win was a Hail Mary that Duke.
And they still fucked my spread on that game.
So
now
take
you
them
won
again. Take them again.
Hey, that guy Matt is back, all right? Listen.
Oh, my goodness. I love it.
That guy Matt went 0-2 last week in overs, so or
Or
unders.
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 Yeah.
I am on the overs this week, all right? That guy Matt is
Life
back.
is too small to bet the unders, my guy.
So
Yeah.
can I already check off the Giants or?
You can put
We
it
know
in-
we're guaranteed to get one win out of Tank It to the
One-
Bank this week.
Yeah.
There-
We're guaranteed one loss as
The
well.
worst thing that could happen would
Is a
be
push.
actually not the worst, but it'd be a push.
Push.
No, that'd be good because then we both win. I'd
3-0-2.
No,
We don't
you
lose,
both-
yeah.
You both
No one
don't
loses.
win, but you don't lose. So.
Safety, Kyler Murray safety to end the game.
Okay.
Or how about they don't kick the extra point and win by 2?
Oh.
Sorry.
I like that.
Sorry. We're not gonna bring
Sorry,
that up.
flashbacks, please.
Okay, so I'm the only one who did not win last week. This week I'm coming back with a vengeance.
All right.
I like Tampa Bay -6.5 against the Vikings. I think the Vikings
Ooh.
are one of the worst teams in the league, and
Hmm.
barely.
Won 5 in a row, or 5
Yes,
of 6.
I still believe they're one of the worst teams in the league.
Shouldn't have beat the Panthers. I'll tell you that for free.
And-
Holy,
Fine,
let the guy do his explanation. He lets you
I'm gonna
talk the whole time, and then you want to cut him off right as he
Yeah.
gets going. Poor guy, man.
I don't think Dalvin Cook's going to go for as many yards as you think. Tampa Bay has the #1 rush defense in the league, and I think they're going to shut that down, make Kirk Cousins throw. And we've seen how Tampa Bay's defense can actually show up in some times. And the best thing that's going for this one is it's not a primetime game. So Tom
Yay.
Brady ready to show up and throw the ball. Also, Tom Brady is a deer in headlights when it comes to pressure. But the good thing is the Vikings are 27th when it comes to sacks and pressure against the quarterback. So all that points to Tom Brady having time in the pocket and will pick apart that Vikings defense. So let's get to the quick hits.
Now, hold on. Now you can roast him before we get to the quick hits.
I have nothing to say.
I mean,
Shut
like, I
up your
wouldn't say the
face.
Vikings are the
No,
worst.
we'll
team
just
in the league.
let
Pretty
Kyle
bold
talk, and
statement.
then when he loses and then says he gets screwed again, we'll hear his arguments next week.
Oh,
on
I
Monday.
can't wait for both of your quick hits to go under. Oh, I cannot
Keel
wait.
Harry.
Vikes win straight up. Oh, Kyle got screwed. Tom should have had 3
Keel
touchdowns.
Harry the Beast.
All right,
Let's go.
Justin, quick hits. Go for it.
All right, should I go as quick as I did last week? Did everyone hear me last week?
was
I
pretty
think
speedy.
Hopefully not.
I think
Hopefully
Matt was
they didn't
quicker,
hear
wasn't
you.
he? Wasn't
Yeah,
Matt
I was
quicker?
pretty
That
good.
was like
enunciated. I just went.
Hopefully no one heard Justin or
Both were
Matt's
very
quick hits
interesting.
last week, so it's okay.
Shut.
I was even. Shut your mouth.
I'm
Get
kidding.
out.
This guy has one positive week and wants to give
Easy
lip.
one.
Best
Minus
record on the
7.
show. Best record on the show.
Second best here. Just saying.
KC -7. We already talked about it. Just ride with that one. Also, okay, Indy, Vegas, over 51. I've been on these teams totals in different parts of like the last 6 weeks. And for the most part, I take the over. Last week, I got lucky with the under. Going back to the over this week. They both score points. I think they're going to both – I think it's going to be another 29-26 shootout. I think they're going to cover. What are you snarking at over there, Vardy?
Just the fact that you were raving and praising about the Indianapolis defense, and now you're going against the Indianapolis defense,
Pretty much.
and hoping the Raiders, who haven't shown up in 2 weeks, to put up at least 25 points.
Week by week, baby. Week by week.
You know how lucky I got last week on that under? I'm never going to have a 2-point half again in my life in a bet. It's never going to happen. So we're not hoping for it again. It was 14-14 at the end of the first quarter. I'm not going through that emotional roller coaster again. Bet the points. Next one, Minnesota, Tampa Bay. Not picking the winner. I'd take the over. 52.5. Overs hit in many of the Vikings' last couple of games. I don't have the exact number here. We're not going stat guy Matt here. Tom's going to come off a bye. Going to be pissed because he sucked dick before the break. Going to come off lots of points. Over 52.5.
Antonio Brown
Bang.
catches?
Mm,
No.
Huh?
Antonio Brown catches? No.
Wait till prop guy Justin comes up Sunday
Yeah.
morning.
Sunday prop morning, Justin, at 11 o'clock before the game starts.
Right? I'm not.
Uh,
No, they're like 12:55.
Yeah.
12,
No,
12
no.
let's say 12:30 just to make sense.
11:30 to 12, depending on if Jake reads my messages or I have to post them myself.
Just post them yourself, to be honest, because
Oh, it must have been so hard to type out a couple ads, Justin.
Hey,
It's
you
ridiculous.
see the sweat
I-
coming
I-
down my face.
I
making sure
bet.
that tweet right.
He's like, his hands like shaking on the keyboard.
that-
like
I want everyone to know it's me behind the Twitter.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the most social media he's used in the last year and a half.
Hey, no one
So-
gives a shit what I'm talking about anyway, so why would I post?
Ain't that the damn
All
truth?
right.
Okay. Jake, speaking of Jake, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it nice and short. KC -7. Boys talked about it. I don't need to get into it. Patrick Mahomes, pretty good at football.
All right.
Cleveland +2. I don't know if you guys remember last week. The Titans had them in the first half, -3. I don't know if you remember, but
Show
Browns
how the
scored
Titans.
38 points in the first half. The Titans had 7. And honestly, Titans made it a game, but it didn't matter. They didn't win the first half. So I've got, actually, speaking of the Titans, I got the Cleveland this week against the Ravens. Cleveland +2. I don't know why they're the dog at home against the Ravens. It doesn't make sense to me. I think Cleveland's been playing great football lately, and I'm not really sold on the Ravens. I mean, they beat the Cowboys. What does that mean to me? Nothing. I've got the Houston Texans -1 against the Bears. I don't really trust the Bears here. Houston's lost a few pieces, but I'm confused why they're the favorite if they don't have the pieces they usually do have. Like, obviously, no Fuller, no Cooks right now. But I like Deshaun Watson over Mitch Trubisky. We know that little storyline in that draft. And finally, I got Green Bay, Detroit over 55. I think this is the biggest over on the board this week. But here's where I have my stats, boys.
Oh, here we
NFC
go.
North divisional overs are 7-1 this season.
Wow.
Lions divisional games, they went total. They hit 50 points, 63 against the Packers, 64 and 64 in their last 4 divisional games. Packers 77 points, 63 against the Lions, 50 and 66. So I like this game to go over 55. Green Bay and Detroit, and that's my quick hits for the week.
Where are they playing that game again?
They're playing that one in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
At Ford Field
Very
in
close
Detroit.
to
And I
Buffalo.
believe they have a dome, so don't have to worry about the weather in the dome.
Always like it. TJ, you have one for now. What is your quick?
No. I'll give all 3.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, just to start, I'll start with the one that's guaranteed. That's not going to change. Is Carolina -3. I'm going with the Justin approach here, and I'm going with the boys this week. Carolina almost had McCaffrey back this week. It's almost guaranteed he's not going to play, as Matt Rule said. But if he did play, it would have been my take it to the bank this week. So we're throwing it in anyways. Carolina's defense has looked good as of late, creating a lot of turnovers. Dante Jackson comes back this week. He'll help with that completely. He's got 3 interceptions in 7 games this year. All right, Mike Davis is going to rip them apart. They have a terrible rushing defense, good pass defense, though. Moving on. Next. Okay, moving on to that point. Unfortunately, we're probably going to be without some wide receivers this week. If they do end up going with the COVID issues, I think they're going to be a little bit reduced. So that, with that being said, I like Robbie, who's nice and healthy to go. He was pissed off that he didn't get a play last week because they're on bye. He's looking to go this game. I like his receptions this week. I'm thinking it's going to be right around 5.5. If it goes up to 6.5, I'll probably still take it. But I like it right around 5.5. It might be lower because of the Broncos defense. But Robbie receptions this week. Next, I'm
You
taking.
guys, hold on. You and Robbie on first name terms?
Yeah, we are. We're
Okay.
we're on
just
the
hoping-
tweet. We're on the Twitter together. We're DMing all the time.
Sorry,
you know?
I just wanted to make you called him
Yeah,
only by
yeah.
his first name. I
Yeah,
didn't.
so he slid into your
Oh,
DMs, right?
Did I not once say his last name? That's Robbie
no, you
Anderson.
said Robbie.
by the way,
both
I
times.
apologize. I
That's okay.
apologize.
I
I
just
have
thought
it
you guys were
written.
close.
I
thought
have
you
it
guys were
written down on my screen as Robbie receptions, so I was just rolling
close.
with
Okay,
it.
fair enough.
Anyways, all right. Next, Keenan Allen touchdown this week. Atlanta is terrible against the pass, and I expect Herbert to look for Keenan Allen a lot, as he always does, including in the red zone. He currently has 7 touchdowns on the year, and 5 in his last 6 games. So this week I'm taking Keenan Allen to get a touchdown.
All right. There you go. Fair enough. Matt, you got a couple. Let's tell the people what they are.
I added one about, I don't know, an hour ago, and I love it. JETS, Jets, plus 13.5. Fuck the Seahawks. They've lost me so much money. So 13.5 points. They couldn't even cover the Giants last week. They lost outright. So fuck them. Jets plus 13.5.
Because the Giants are sick.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Tennessee, Jacksonville. I'm going with the over. And the over is 53. The over is 19-6-1 in Tennessee's last 26 games. Good enough for me. I'm riding with Justin here on the Indy and the Raiders over. The over is 6-2 in Indy's last 8 and 8-3-1 in the Raiders' last 12. And then TJ saying Falcons have stack guy Matt for sure. Falcons do have shit defense. Chargers also shit defense. So I'm taking the over in that game. The over is 20-6, and the Falcons' last 26 turf games. So
Ooh, turf.
Turf. New stats coming out here.
Wow.
New stats.
Wow.
New stats. Yeah.
Wow.
That guy Matt is really picking it up.
Wow, Jake usually comes out with the fire stats. Matt coming with the turf
I'm
stats. Love it.
The
stats.
defense are getting injured because of turf toe. That's why.
Yeah. It's called fast turf, folks. Fast turf
Smash
coming
the
on.
over. Yeah, turf toe defense. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Are we going to address the fact that stats guy Matt came out last week and shit the bed?
Yeah.
Like I
Reminder,
said,
folks. Stats guys
I
Matt
might
in
drop
totals
out.
last week.
I'm going to drop out if I go over.
When he used his brain, he was all right. But when he used the stats,
Yeah,
So
I
that
would have been
turf
3-1, not
turf
using
That's
stats.
lie. That's lie.
so let's hope that trend doesn't continue this week. Good week
Nope.
for the boys.
Nope.
All right. I have 6.
Oh my God!
I'll make these quick. Indianapolis -3 against the Raiders. Raiders are frauds. I don't like them. I don't give a shit. I'm taking Indianapolis. New Orleans -6.5. I don't believe Jalen Hurts is going to be the savior in Philadelphia, and I think Drew Brees potentially coming back. They haven't announced it yet this week. Drew Brees potentially coming back this week. Will definitely cover 6.5 points.
But hold on, before you continue, was it how bad Wentz is that made Jalen Hurts look good when he come in, or like was that just
It's a
me?
good question. That's fair.
Jalen Hurts looked okay. I wouldn't say it looked great.
And he
Looked
threw
better
the
than
ball.
Wentz.
Wow,
Looked better than
I was
Wentz.
gonna
Well,
say when he
that's
came in for
not
Wentz, it
saying
was
a
like,
whole
holy
lot.
shit, what's going on with this offense?
Wentz
But
could have played
anyways.
quarterback for Denver 2 weeks ago and still looked just as bad.
No, yeah, that's why you should also ride with Carolina because Drew Lock throws a lot of picks.
And
Anyways,
to add to your point, AJ Boye also just got suspended for 6 games, so their top corner's out. So,
how are you?
Kansas. The next pick, Kansas City -7. I'm riding with Jake and Justin on this one. I don't think Miami has the defense and offense to keep up with Kansas City here. Couple player props. Wayne Gallman over rushing yards. It's not announced yet, but whatever his rushing yards is, I'll take it. He has been lights out for the Giants. TJ and I were talking before. Does this put pressure on Saquon Barkley? Who knows?
Mike.
I'm
God.
doubling up. I'm. People are calling for Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
to be
I was going to
traded,
say, hold
so-
on. Before we talk
That
about
New
that,
York
there's
media
people,
is ruthless, man.
there's people
Ruthless.
calling for McCaffrey to be traded and ride with Mike Davis. So, like, it's same situation. Like, there's nonsensical people all over the place.
And as a Pats fan, I will trade you 3 first-round picks, and we'll take Christian McCaffrey right off your hands. No problem.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and we have what? Cam Newton throwing picks all game?
Uh,
What?
It's a good thing our fans don't control our trades.
We reunite
I'd
Cam
rather get
Newton
Teddy
and Christian
Bridgewater.
McCaffrey.
yeah,
We're good.
no.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Can we get Teddy
yeah, that's
Bridgewater?
Maybe we'll swing a trade for both. We'll give them 4 first-round picks, and we'll give them Stidham to be like
Is
quarterback.
I don't think Bill can draft first rounders.
Kraft's
anyway.
just going to call Goodell and tell him to say he wants McCaffrey.
Yeah,
and trade-
I want McCaffrey. Yeah, okay, you're gone. See ya.
Horse trade.
Okay, so getting back to my quick hits before we run away.
We'll take Demir Bird for McCaffrey.
James Robinson. I
Done.
rode with him last week. I'm riding with him again this week. I was potentially going to look at Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry has struggled in his hometown and has not gone over 100 yards in 4 straight games. So, and then I'm also going to take Devontae Adams receptions. I don't think Detroit can cover him, and it's probably going to be 6.5, 5, and probably wouldn't think it's a 5.5. I'm hoping it's 6.5, or I'm hoping it's 5.5. It's probably going to be 6.5. Is what I'm trying to say. And I think he's going to cover that easily. So those are my 6 right now. Once the player props are actually properly posted on Bet365, we will tweet out those actual numbers and odds for you. So stay tuned for that on our social media. Other than that, this week's looking positive. We had a 17-13 overall week last week between all of us and the in-house picks. So that is our
Best week.
That's our first positive week, boys.
Yep.
Whoa.
As a
Alright, I'll
group,
take
some of you
Yeah.
drag us down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know, my
I'm-
week two.
Win it.
I'm
Win is the
kidding, I'm
show,
kidding.
lose is
Get
the
out of here. You're
show. boys.
60%
kidding.
bullshit.
My
Hey.
week 2, TJ's week 4. We're not going to talk about that one.
That was. Hey, I think I had the only offer, right? Oh no, you had
No.
one.
No,
You had
I
an
had
offer.
I was
Oh yeah,
0 for
0 for
6.
12. Over 12, right? Yeah, that's right.
0 for 6. Let's not talk about that. Let's just say I am right behind Justin for not being the worst record right now. So
Well,
2% difference. Justin better hope those overs hit this week.
see how this week goes.
You're still bottom. So talk to me next week.
Okay, we will. No problem.
You're gonna eat your.
I was gonna say, just wait.
He's-
Just wait till Justin goes.
The
1
way
and
Matt
4
is
this
quick hits,
week.
Matt. The way Matt's doing
Just
quick
by-
hits, he's gonna
just by the
fall
way,
into the bottom
Justin.
pretty soon.
Kyle's way too
talking
big to be
about?
a top, so you're right. He is a bottom.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Good night. Bye everyone. See
Yeah,
ya.
it was a good time talking, folks.
Chunky yet funky, and I'm flexible. What can I say?
All right.
Oh,
Moving on.
On that note, any last second notes?
Farewell to our last episode. Bye everyone. Thank you. Thanks for watching for 7 minutes.
Hashtag canceled.
We're getting canceled, but any last thoughts, boys?
No.
No thanks.
No, I'm not gonna cut your outro this week. So go ahead.
I was hoping you enunciated your words there, but okay, we're gonna. Okay, so for all of us here at the Garage Door Sports Network and the Betting House Pod itself, you can find us on Instagram at Betting House Pod, on Twitter at Betting House Pod, and for our YouTube videos, which we do post pretty much every week unless there's some unforeseen error, you can find that at the Garage Door Sports Network on YouTube. You can follow our podcast on Apple Music, Spotify, basically anywhere you can find us podcast. And until next time, we'll see you later.
My friends are degenerate.